Hey everybody, AC here, and welcome back to another episode of Man-Gust Volume 3. This is it. The number one manga slash manhwa that I believe deserves an anime adaptation. This is a manhwa called Into the Light Once Again. And I love this story so much. I do. I love it so much. This story is about this story is about a little girl named Aisha. She is the daughter of the emperor, and she has memories of her past life. It is not an isekai. This is a fantasy, not an isekai. She was already a resident of this world. In her past life, she was the princess of a neighboring kingdom. In her past life, she was the princess of a neighboring kingdom who was accused of poisoning her sister. Her sister was was considered a holy maiden, and she was accused of poisoning her. She didn't. It was a false accusation, and no matter how hard she tried to defend herself, no one would listen. Nobody would listen, and the poison was found. In her room, clearly planted there by someone who wanted her dead. And she was sentenced to death, and then she was reborn as the princess of the empire. And this story follows her life. It follows her as she slowly starts to trust her new family. She has major trust issues after what her previous family did to her. She has major trust issues and doesn't say a single word doesn't say a single word to anyone for the longest time until she's 3. She never speaks a word until she's 3, and she finally says her first words. Her first words are her brother's name, Isis, and she says Mama and Papa, and she finally learns to trust them. And then a few years later, when she is 6, she oh, my apologies. Oh. Oh. So a few years later, when she's 6, her and her brother are both poisoned. Her and her brother are both poisoned. She is able to get out of the poison because she has a secret. She is an elementalist summoner. It's a summoner that can summon elemental spirits. In particular, she is good at summoning elemental spirits of light. And she ends up using her power and revealing it to her family when she summons a mid-class elemental spirit of light and uses that spirit's power in order to cure her brother of the poison. And after that she begins training. She begins training in earnest in order to be an elementalist. She trains in earnest with the approval and the support of her family. And she also tells her brother everything. She tells him everything about how she was once a princess in a neighboring kingdom, and how she was framed for a crime she didn't commit and wrongfully executed. And he believes her. He believes her, and he swears to help her in whatever her goal is. And her goal is is to become a strong enough elementalist that she will be able to protect everyone she cares about and get revenge on the people who wronged her, on the people who accused her. She wants to clear the name of her past life so everyone knows that she was innocent. And her brother agrees to help her with that. And she wants to get strong enough to summon Luminous, the King of Spirits, who is also revered as the Almighty Creator. He is the king of all spirits, and revered as the creator of all things. And he is her ultimate goal. Summoning him is her ultimate goal in the story. And we see her grow up, and we see all the trials and tribulations that come with her life. And we see her make friendships. We see her woo a lot, quite a few guys. There are quite a few guys throughout the series that end up falling for her, and it is just a absolute fantastic story. It is absolutely incredible. I love this story so much. I really do. I love it to death. It is so good. I have watched several recap videos. I've watched several recap videos about this series, and I've read the series online myself. And every time a new chapter comes out, I immediately go to read it as soon as I can. I love this series to death. Words really cannot describe just how much I love this story. It is a beautiful, beautiful story, and it has actually brought me to tears. This story has actually brought me to tears several times. And it is very hard to bring me to tears. It is incredibly difficult to bring me to tears. I have said before, I have gone on record multiple times saying that the only animes that have ever made me cry have been Toradora and Clannad. Now, there is one other anime that did make me cry. Since I said that, there's another one has made me cry, being Mushoku Tensei. That one has made me cry a few times. Um, and this manga, this manhwa, has made me cry multiple times. I love this series, and I am just desperate for it to get an anime adaptation. It is a very slow series. It's more slice of life than anything else. There is drama, there is mystery, there is intrigue, there is some action, but not much. But it is a wonderful series. Absolutely wonderful, beautiful, breathtaking, heart-wrenching story. It is still ongoing. Although, based on where the manhwa is now, it would not surprise me if we were entering the end game of the story, based on what's currently happening in the manhwa. But with that being said, however long it continues to go on for, I will continue to read it because I love this story so much. So that's all I really got. Oh, and if you're wondering, the reason why I remember the reason why I remember the names of the characters in this story, whereas I always just refer to the main character in all the others as main character. It's number one. It's number one for a reason. It's number one for a reason. I love this story that much that I remember the characters' names. I'm terrible with names, so that should tell you something. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. So, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good jazz. And I'll see you all in the finale of Man-Gust Volume 3. Take care, everyone.